Are recording. What's going on? Robbie here once again. I'm super excited because I have another success story from Commission Hero. This is Waju. Waju is man, I'm so excited for him, man, because literally we're doing this video right now. It's the day after Christmas, and he just had his first $1,000 day on Christmas, guys. So which is like a pretty good Christmas present if you ask me, right?
Absolutely.
Like Santa Claus was good to you. So yeah, I'm so excited for him because he hasn't been in the course that long. He's got a crazy story, and he's been trying for a long time to make money, which we'll talk about in a little bit here. But that's why I want to do this video right away. I was like, Waju, we gotta talk, man. We gotta do this call right now because I think that your story is amazing, and I'm so happy for you, man. So thank you so much for doing the interview here. Now I got to ask you, how does it feel to make your first $1,000 in one day?
It's like being born. It's like being born. Like you're finally on the road. You've been rough roading, and then you hit the smooth road, and you're ready to gun it down and just go. It's beautiful.
Awesome,
it's
man.
great.
That's awesome. So yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself. So I know that give me a little background on yourself, like where you're from and kind of how you found Commission Hero, and tell me your story. Yeah.
Okay. I'm what you call a Nigerian prince.
Nigerian prince. Okay. Nice.
Okay, I'm from Nigeria originally, and I heard about Clickbank. I started seeing people on online show checks, of Clickbank way back in 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to start it. I wanted to be part of the party, so I tried to join in 2011.
Wow.
But I discovered Nigeria wasn't even on the list of countries.
Yeah. No, it's not.
So it was shocking. And a lot of people came up with hacks. You hide your IP, claim other countries. But those who did it, they kept being detected and they lost their accounts. And I just couldn't get an account to open.
Oh, wow.
I had a brother here, but he wasn't willing to offer up his identity to, he afraid of taxation and people mindsets,
Yeah.
So I couldn't get it done, but I have a weakness. I totally suck at failing.
That's a strength, my friend. That's a strength.
I just can't let it go. I have this vengeance, like, no, I got it. So early this year, I heard from Jason. Jason, he lives in Tennessee. He's been someone I've been talking to online.
Yeah.
And he showed the first screenshots of somebody. How can a human being be making $100,000 per week? Like, oh no, don't start this journey again. I don't want,
Yeah. It was my screenshot, right?
Yeah, that was your screenshots. I was like, who's this guy? And then I go watch the webinar, and it's just been like that. And somehow, but at the time I saw it, I was just newly here. I still didn't have my social security. I didn't have all these things then.
Yeah.
So I couldn't join.
Yeah.
And I finally got it. In fact, it was so fast because I just feel like the stars are aligned in my favor, kind of, because a lot of people don't have it for years here. They're hiding under the radar and all that. But when I fired, I just got it in 2 months. That was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
Like when it came in the mail, that was the first thing I did. I said, Clickbank, I'm coming for you. So I went and watched your webinar again, and I saw people. And then I tried to do a kind of reverse hack, like I tried to sneak out some names there, and I go check them. Like, this is real. These are real people.
Wow.
So I jumped on, and it was the normal thing, the analysis paralysis, like having to choose a product was another tough thing because there are many rules people say, but when I joined, I just followed everything that was written, that was in the videos. In fact, I had a notebook My notebook is somewhere there. I took a notebook and a pen. I was like, every new thing I learned there, I said, okay, you did this. And I followed. My first attempt. I tried the battery offer, and I got my account suspended.
Yeah.
Then I went back to the videos again, and went over it again. And at that time, that was when people like Noel were showing like 30 grand. And, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, I was determined not to lose.
Yeah.
You know, so I went back to the videos, and I saw there's this fear. I've done a bit of online selling before.
Yeah.
I've always not been the employment type. So I love my freedom. I love to wake up when I want. So there's this thing about it. You get scared of throwing too much money at it. So that's a mistake I discovered I was about to start doing again. Like you only put so much into it. You try to play safe on your ad spend, and then maybe you start doing $5 per day. But I just caught myself doing that, and like, don't do this again. And and I went back to the full. I went out fully. I took the risk. I deleted my little stash of cash from other things I had been doing. I created multiple ad sets. I actually made a post on Facebook like, Mark, please be good. And just like that, the first sale, boom, 79, boom. And I was like, oh, this is real. Then the second, that was the first week. I started advertising on November 29th. You know, no. I dropped the battery idea. Then I went again, and I saw the spy tool that you talked about.
Spy tool,
Yeah, and it's pricey. It's kind of pricey. I'm like, I like burn this bridge. I was really doing a lot of talking to myself. That's why I say the most important thing in this thing is personal mojo, like having your own, like holding yourself by the throat, like do this, and then there's this hashtag you talk about all the time: put in the work, do the work. So I just bit the bullet, and I got the spy tool. And it was it's like finding diamonds everywhere, like and that was just what changed it for me. The moment I began to see, it's like tasting blood. The moment I began to see the sales coming, the first 2 days, November 29 to I saw 100, and can I show you?
Let's check it out. Absolutely. Let's take a look at the laptop here.
So if you see this,
just bring it a little closer, Waju. Bring it. As close as you can get there. There we go. Okay. I see it there. So you got.
So if you see this here. The first week was 176.
Wow.
That was the first week.
176. That's crazy, right? And now, what were you at the last week here?
Last week I was at 3 grand, 3,000. 3,187, and that was because actually because I my ad spend, I had to pipe low because I was running out of cash.
For sure.
And I didn't have much of a credit score. So I just paused those heavy spending on the ads, and I created a fresh ad set following the exact same thing, and it just went boom. Like the ROI changed. And I know
tell me about this, Waju. So you had your first $1,000 day. How much money did you spend yesterday to get that $1,000?
I spent $277.
Crazy, right, guys? Listen, like, that's insane, right? $277. He put $277 in, and he got over $1,000 back out, which is unbelievable. That's amazing. And Waju, you gotta tell the people this story too. Like, we were talking about this earlier before you hit record, right? Where you know, you're from Nigeria, so you had to flee your country to come here. Like, tell me a little bit about this. This is really really amazing, right? Just tell me the story. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is what happened. Like, I was born, I had a little bit of speech defect
Sure.
growing up. I couldn't really speak
Yep.
properly. I
Yep.
had a horrible stutter, like,
Yeah.
you know, and it was horrible, like painful. I'll break down in tears. So
Yep.
as I grew older, I just resigned to writing
Hmm.
as my main means of communication. Like, so I decided development early. Now, the presidential candidate in my country um, invited me to work on the, you know, in the writing campaign messages,
Yep.
and that's how I began to work with them. But the incumbent doesn't care. It's not like Trump. You know, if you go on Twitter, you see people talk to Trump and say things to the president of America, and nothing happens. You can do that in Nigeria. You could end up, you could just vanish.
Oh wow. Yep.
Yeah, or you could spend some of my people just got released from detention on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Yeah, it took the intervention of the U.S. government to get them released. Like, it's that horrible. So when the election took place in February, March this year, and then everything was manipulated, a lot of my people were shot dead, were killed, and it was violent. Like, if you spoke the name of the opposition candidate, you could get your arms chopped off, you
Wow.
know. So I was heartbroken because I really expected this guy to win. He was the winner, but everything was manipulated. I was so heartbroken
Mhm.
that, you know, I happened to have a visa. So I just told my wife, like, babe, we're getting out of here. I don't care what happens, you know. So we escaped.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, she had to travel a day before me. She and my daughter had to travel a day before me so as not to um,
Vicious. Yeah.
draw attention.
Yeah.
And I came the day after on April 4th.
Wow.
You know, that's how I found myself here.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable, man. So you had to flee your country for political reasons and just it wasn't safe, and now you came here to the United States, and so trying to figure out ways to make money. You said that you had a moving job for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I've I- I've always been the entrepreneurial type.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not too much good for regimented lifestyle,
Yep.
wake up, you know. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to work, but my hosts at the time, the people who took us in when we arrived here, we stayed with them for like 90 days.
Hmm.
They are working class people, and it's out of respect because they kept talking about getting a job,
Yeah.
getting a job, and no one would give me a job because I didn't have the work permit and stuff. So, but I got some people were willing to give us some very low pay jobs
Yep.
for whatever. So I got this moving company job, and it was on June 26th.
Hmm.
I resumed, and by 10 a.m. I was gasping, but
Yeah.
my pride didn't let me quit.
Yeah.
But by 2 p.m. I knew that if I walked one more hour, I'll probably drop dead because I was lifting things.
Yeah.
I was lifting, and there was no gap. Everybody else there was on some pill or alcohol or marijuana, like try that they needed it for the energy to
Hmm.
deliver on time. But it was all new to me, and I couldn't take all these things. I was terrified.
Yeah.
So I just told my supervisor, "I'm sorry, I can't continue." He was all shocked, like, people are looking for jobs, you're working out. I can't die here. And I walked back home. I remember I walked back home like it's like 1 hour distance from where I chose to walk and just clear my head. And I remember I kept saying to God, like, I'm sorry for thinking the job was my way out. I promise to go back and face my entrepreneurial dreams. I
Yeah.
promise I'm never gonna try this again because I was gasping, like I was out of breath, like
Yeah.
I was scared.
Wow.
So that was the moment, I said I was going to give this dream of entrepreneurship my all in America. This is a lot of opportunity, for Christ's sake. So that was how I just went back, and I tried other things. I was making a bit of money and other things, but Clickbank is wonderful because you don't have to handle support issues. You don't, a lot of the things of having your own business, you don't have to be in love the burden. You just, as long as you can make sales. Like, so I had my eye on Clickbank, and here we are.
Man, I love this. This is amazing, man, because I think like you're just like, I would just call you an excuse killer, man, because it's like, we have so many people, we have people that are, oh, I can't afford to do this, or I'm not, I got to think about this, or dude, you're just like, you know what? Like I've been wanting to do this since 2010, like, or 2011, right? You've been wanting to do it, like, and then you just went and jumped in, man. When you had that opportunity, or when you got that, your social security card, all that stuff, like you just went for it, right? You didn't tiptoe in, you just jumped in, and I think that's, dude, that's awesome, man. I think I'm so proud of you, man, and the fact that
Thank you.
And plus, like, you just had your first $1,000 day, which is like, probably you probably made a lot more in one day with Clickbank than you did moving, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything. Like, I was out all day visiting friends.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I see it at 890.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, that's good. That's the highest I've ever made in a day.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
So I was just fiddling around online. Then as I try to go to bed, I just go back and check it. And whoa, I did not expect to hit that result yesterday. I didn't expect it, like, because the typical was I put $1 in, I make $1. I'm grateful enough for that.
Sure.
But this time around it's 277, and then you make $1,000. That's 700 profit. Oh, that's great. That was grateful, very grateful.
So now that now that you've had your first $1,000 day, like how does that change like your future? How does that change like your goals? Like where do you want to go now with this?
Oh, I want to make it consistent.
Yeah.
Make it. That's the mission now. Like, I have this thing. If something's working for me, I talk about it a lot. I've already been talking about. There's this guy. I watch this webinar and look at what I'm doing. I'm telling people, like, I'm like an evangelist right now.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So, because it's particularly because of my situation. I work from home. I don't get to see my friends because they're all working. The few people I know here, they're all working there and stuff. And I'm like, I don't get to see them at all in the whole month. So I've been sending them screenshots like, look, this is what I'm doing. I need you to know, because I want as many people to participate in what I'm doing. So I have two missions right now. First of all, I want to make this consistent. If I make it consistent, I know that I can have a 10K day also. I can have a 5K day. I can have a 10K day. But more importantly, I want the consistency to be there. If I do 30 grand in a month, look, people don't earn that 30 grand in a month. People don't earn that in a year in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They don't earn that in a year. Like, what I just made yesterday is upper middle class income in my country.
Wow. For a month?
Monthly income. Yeah, per month.
Oh my God. Wow, that's crazy.
So people earn. I know people that earn $100, the equivalent of $100 in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I've been telling a lot of my people, like, this is it. This is the most stressless income I've ever earned, ever.
Yeah.
I've sold things online. I've done things online, but this one, like, I'm doing nothing. All I wake up and do these days is wake up, check my stats, and scale up my ads. That's all.
Yeah.
It's almost sinful.
It is simple. Absolutely, man. I love that.
No, I mean, I almost feel guilty. Like, how can you just do nothing and make all these? Like, oh God.
Right. Yeah. No, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty.
No.
You deserve it, my friend. You deserve it.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's important, right? Because I think that so many people, when it comes to money, like, people think like, oh, I don't deserve to be more successful. I don't deserve, they have these like, inner thoughts, which is normal, right? Like,
yeah.
We all kind of grow up that way. Even me, when I first started, I kind of had those thoughts too. Like, oh man, like, should I really be making this much money? But like, once you get past that, like, yes, you should. Like, you should be able to, be able to improve your lives, and not just for you, but for your, for your family, I mean, it's life-changing stuff, right? So that's, yeah, why not? Yes, you deserve
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I deserve it. Nothing is too big for me.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's amazing, man. So tell me about like, like your experience inside Commission Hero. Like, obviously you're having success, and you're like, what, like, just, what's your
Yeah,
thoughts on the course?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it this way. I've joined. I tried Shopify,
Yeah.
and I've paid out a lot of money to gurus this year.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 1 grand, 5 grand there, and once you paid and they give you a login to the members area, that's all. You don't hear from them again.
Yeah.
You don't hear from them. It's like, oh, I got your money. Thank you, mama. One bam. Thank you, mama. Like
Yeah.
everything changes. These guys follow you up so passionately in the emails and everything. They follow you with retargeting ads and everything just to get you to join. But once you join, it goes, you don't hear anything from them again. But it's different in Commission Hero. Like, it's different. Robbie, I'm not saying this to flatter you,
Sure.
okay?
Yeah.
But Robbie is such a humble person. He's because there's some answers there's some questions people ask in the group that I personally, maybe temperament wise, I see the questions. I'm like, how can you be asking this kind of question? But Robbie comes down and still answers them. I never see him exasperated or snap at someone like most gurus do. You you take everybody as if you treat us as if you treat me as if I'm the only person in the world. That's the experience I have. I believe I have your attention, and that is a very key part. Like, somebody has my back, so I don't need to be afraid of getting lost. I don't need to be afraid of getting confused. Like, just having that idea that you have a coach, not just a guru who dishes overload 100 videos and then leaves you to battle it out with Facebook. With all the challenges of doing this, but Robbie is there, and not just you. I find out that the people who win, people who are doing well, who started earlier than others and who are getting the great results, everybody is so helpful. Like, it's as if there's a rush to help anybody with a problem.
Yeah.
And that is priceless because you don't get it. I've spent a lot to learn stuff. JVs, I've tried all these things, but coming here, this is you're not real.
Oh,
you're not real. You don't treat us like customers. No, you treat us like family.
Yeah.
Like family, and that's it. That's something I really appreciate. Thank you.
Oh, hey, man, of course. Well, thank you for, being in the course, dude. I mean, that's, like I tell everyone, that's the reason why I created it, because I wanted to give back. Hey, I've had a lot of success with my Clickbank stuff and being #1 and everything, and I want to give back. And I think that's why, people that like you, Waju, like you to have success, like you're going to help other people too. So it's just
absolutely. I'd love to help too.
Yeah, and I love that. And you're right. Like inside the group and in the course, it's like a community. Like everybody's helping everybody. Everyone's positive. Like there's no negativity allowed. Like
no
it's success or bust. So yeah, I love that. It's awesome. So yeah, man. So what would you say to somebody that's, obviously we're gonna have a lot of people watching this video, of course, and we're gonna have a lot of people that haven't joined Commission Hero yet. Like, what would be your advice to somebody that's like, on the fence or has been thinking about it for a while? Like, what would be your advice to somebody like that?
Okay. This is like I like to give this analogy. Like the whole I don't do Bitcoin. Okay,
sure.
But I know there was a guy who in 2009 or 2008 and 9 he paid for pizza with 10 Bitcoin.
Yes.
And now 1 Bitcoin is thousands of dollars, and I said, like, it's just a reminder that there are some opportunities we're facing we're before us right now. They're so obvious before us right now that we probably despise and that we are going to regret not taking serious in a few years' time. To be honest, I believe anybody who turns down this opportunity is going to be like, even if they do come back in some months time or years time, they're going to be like, why didn't I start this earlier? You know, and that I don't like regret. I don't like that regret, because I have this issue with fear. So I don't like regret. I don't like to regret anything. So anyone who is on the fence now, look, everything was against me. That's what I will say to you. Everything was against me. I am not your typical success story, but if I did it with all the other challenges and everything, it's not that hard. And for example, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
I did everything I spent. I recovered everything. My ROI on the course is perfect. On every other thing, like I wish I had started in April.
Yeah.
So don't put yourself through that. So like, if I started in April, I started promoting on 29th of November, and today is the 26th. It's barely 30 days, and I have these results. What if I had started like 3 months earlier or 6 months earlier? What would I be doing now? I'll probably be doing 10K days by now. Yeah. 10K days.
Yeah, I love
and there are no Sundays. There are no holidays. Yeah. Like, I did that on Christmas Day. Like, who makes money on Christmas Day?
Crazy.
You know, it's just the best thing that can happen to anybody who has dreams. Yeah. You know, like, I remember when things were rough, and I told my wife I didn't have money for expensive stuff, and I bought her some jewelry, or I looked at some fake pearls, and I gave it to her. I said, please accept this in place of a diamond. You know, yeah. Like, that one will come in future. Now I'm able to do much more better for my family. Yep. We went to Florida. Wow. You know, and I was making money while I was in Florida.
Wow, that's awesome.
I was getting sales. That was in my first week. I was getting sales, and I didn't feel so bad about the cost of getting into Disneyland, because I know I made the money. I made the money back already. Yeah. What? I was having fun, and it was happening. Like,
isn't that amazing? Right? Like, you're in Disneyland, like you're spending time with your wife, and you look at your Clickbank, you're still making money. Like, even though you're on a roller coaster, but you're still making money. I mean, that's amazing, right? That's the dream.
There's a you know, they say Facebook is addictive. Facebook is addictive and all that, but yeah. I just discovered there's a bigger addiction than waking up and then you grabbing, checking Facebook and refreshing your Facebook status and all that. No. Now what I do, maybe it's good or bad, I don't know, but I find that when I feel maybe a little bit bored or something, I just go on my phone and I refresh my Clickbank, and that's addictive now. I don't know if it's good or bad, but that's what's.
I think it's a good. Hey, there's worse addictions, Waju.
Yeah.
This is a good one, right? This is a really good. And I do the same thing. Every few hours, I'm refreshing all the time. I've been doing this for years, so I love that, man. Dude, I'm so happy for you. I mean, like, hey, this it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I mean, the fact that you had to flee your country. I mean, you had everything was against you, right? You had every excuse not to be successful, right? You could have taken any of those excuses, right, and run with them, but you decided not to, and I think that's amazing, man. It just shows a lot about your character, and it shows like just how determined you are to be successful, and that's amazing, man. I love that. I think man, I wish more and more people would be like that. I know that a lot of people are going to see this video and they're going to be fired up, and they should be excited. They should be fired up.
They should be.
Yes, exactly.
Don't miss out. Yeah.
Don't miss out. Yeah. So I'm excited, man. This is great. So any last words of advice or pearls of wisdom for people before we call it a day?
Yeah. I have this piece of paper on my mirror in the bathroom, and I know what I want to earn. I know the challenges of having a single health crisis and the expenses involved, especially in a place like this. And we deserve the best. We deserve the. I think that's just what pushes me. Like, I've been through so much, and I deserve the best.
That's all right.
That's my daughter. Come.
Nice.
Look at her. Like, being able to make them happy to provide for, yeah, you scared me. Being able to do the best for them, and that's the joy on their face.
Yeah.
That's the reward. So I think for me, I'd say, think about it. If you're watching this, I'll say just look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself what you think you really deserve.
Yeah.
What do you deserve?
Yeah.
No, bye bye. That's just it. Because I had to convince myself, like when I did that moving job, and I was almost gasping my whole back. I couldn't go out for 2 days after that. I just kept telling myself, no. That's why I quit that job. The same day I started, I quit it. Like, no, I deserve better than this. I know people do it. People are grateful for the opportunity to do that, to have a job, but I deserve better than killing my body for this, And if you're watching this, I believe you deserve better, and I believe you believe so too. So don't delay. Do this for yourself. It's a good time. Christmas. January is going to be a great time for promotion.
Oh, yeah.
So join this and let's do this. Let's celebrate our successes together.
I love it. I love it, man. That's great, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for being on today with the interview, man. I really appreciate it. I know your story is going to inspire a lot of people. And yeah, guys, if you're watching this video, obviously there'll be a link somewhere on this page where you can jump into Commission Hero if you haven't already. But Waju, hey, man, thanks again so much. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day, man. Thanks to everybody for watching this video, too. All right.
Bye. Say bye.
All right, guys, what's going on? Robbie Blanchard here once again. I am super excited because we have another student success story. I feel like I'm doing these every week, and the reason why is because I'm doing them every week. And so I'm super excited here because we have Katarina. Katarina, I'm so excited to have her on today because we've known each other for a while, actually, even before I started Commission Hero, even before we did anything. And here she is, a new $1,000 a day student. So Katarina, I'm so excited to have you on here. This is awesome.
Thanks, Robbie. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm thrilled with what you've made and what you've created and the opportunity that's given me and so many other people too, because like with my story, my background is I'm in this world. So I'm in the affiliate marketing world. I do list management and affiliate management for clients, and I've been doing it for 10 years. And I've had success on Facebook with running ads and things like that. And when I first started the course, I think I bought it like in June, like pretty much like soon after you initially released it, because I was like, oh, I got to support Robbie and I want to learn and everything. So I bought it, and I had a little bit of success, and then I got an ad account shut down. I got a couple, slaps from Facebook, which I never had before, and I have like several fan pages, and I'm used to dealing with Facebook. So it just really like discouraged me. And I was like, all right, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe I'll just stick to over here, making money and really it was just not being open to it. So I came back around and I was like, okay, 2020 is going to be my year. I'm going to master this. And I really want to figure it out because I was seeing the success that everyone in the group is having. And, I know you, so I know your success too, personally, and it's wonderful. And when I did, I started in December the 12th.
Yep.
Just really starting. I went through the course again, like speed went through it again, forgot everything that I thought I knew about Facebook, which is one of the most important things. Like if you're going to learn, you can't say, yeah, but I know.
Yeah.
So like if you're going to learn, you have to be open and you have to say, okay, I don't know this. Let me just do it the way you say to do it and follow your lead and do exactly what you say. And when I did that, I started on December 12th. I started with about $100 ad spend, and then saw, okay, I made $300. And then I started to go up, and then Christmas came around. I got a little nervous with Christmas because, it's up and down. So I scaled back my spend to 200 a day. Then I bumped it up. And then I did 3 days ago, $1,000, $1,110. And that was on a $336 ad spend.
Wow.
So
not bad.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And then today, as we're recording here, you just had another $1,000 right? And that
Yeah.
also so cool. Yeah, actually, let's might as well just show the screen right now if you don't mind. Yeah, let's get potatoes here. And now I got to ask you, how does it feel to have your first $1,000 day? Because I know we were talking earlier, and you mentioned that you usually do this for clients, but like for you personally to make this much money in a day, like how does it feel?
Oh my gosh, it's liberating. It's like yes, and it's so easy for me to do it for clients, but then when you're doing something for yourself, it's different because there's the emotional aspect of it too that you turn off for clients. For clients you don't have it. You're very analytical.
Yeah.
But it's just freeing, and it's like, oh my gosh, I did it. And I know if I did it, I could do it again and keep repeating it.
Yeah.
And it's really about the mindset, like knowing that I accomplished it. I know I can do it again and not worry about the negative stuff that, oh my gosh, well, what if you can't repeat it? No, I can't. So,
Yeah. I love it. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And I love it because right now as we're recording, it's like 4 p.m. on my time. It's probably like 3 p.m. your time, and and you're already at $1,000. I mean, there's a lot of day left.
I know.
And it's a Tuesday. It's New Year's Eve, and it's like,
I know.
oh my God. I mean, that's amazing. I'm so excited. This is great. And I love looking at screenshots because, like, here's the other thing too. Like on December 3rd, the week of December 3rd, you made $12.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Then you doubled it, $30. And then you went to 400, then 2,000. Now you're at like almost $5,000. I mean, that's in the matter of like a month. I mean, that's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, in no other business are you going to find that you can make the money like this quickly, relatively easily. It doesn't take that long. You can double, you can triple it, and you can keep it going. And it's not stressful at all. It's fun, but you have to also treat it like a business too.
Yes. You have to treat it like a business. You have to take it serious. I agree. I think that's the one difference. I think that's what every one of these videos I've done, every one of these interviews I've done, people treat it like a business. I think and you have to, because you got to take it serious. Like if you want to make the kind of money that you can make, you have to go all in on it. So that's awesome. This is really cool. Let's see here. So how much have you spent so far today?
So today I have spent about $226. So my ad spend is $450 for the whole day today.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so $226 and $1,000. Yeah.
That's not a bad return on investment.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
You almost put $1 in and almost getting $4 back. I mean, that's like, oh my God, that's great.
Yeah. Yesterday it was funny. I was a little disappointed because my ad spend yesterday was $370 or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that, and I just like barely broke even. But I'm like, oh well, who cares? Like,
yeah, for sure. And that's something that, like, I tell people that, like, you can't look at it day to day. Like it's like the stock market. It'll go up and down a little bit. Mondays can be tough sometimes, but look at that. I mean, Tuesday, like the day after, boom, rebounding back into it. So that's awesome. I'm so excited for you. This is awesome. Cool. I'll stop you sharing here. So, so tell me what your big breakthrough was, because I know that you joined a few months back, and I think you said July, and then you kind of said you kind of tried it, and you have past experience, so you're pulling from that past experience, which I think sometimes gets in the way, right? And then you stopped, and then all of a sudden you came back in. Like, what was the big aha moment from where you were then to where you are now?
I think the biggest thing was forgetting what I thought I knew and saying, okay, I'm really going to do this, and I'm not going to expect it to happen in 2 weeks, right? Because sometimes you see some students that have super fast success where it's like 2 weeks, they're up to $1,000 a day. And you're like, wait, how did they do that? Like, why am I not doing that?
Yeah.
But keeping it focused on, okay, this is my journey. I love everybody in the course, and I think everybody's awesome, but I'm not in a race with anybody else. And my biggest thing was I have a 3-month plan that I mapped out, and I'm like, okay, here's where I want to be in a week. I mean, my first goal was $100 a day for myself. My second goal was $500 a day. My third goal is $1,000 a day, which I've hit. My fourth goal is $2,000 a day, and I want to do $2,000 a day consistently for the next 30 days. So however I can make that happen, I'm going to make it happen. And my biggest thing is just knowing that I'm committed to making it happen, and not just like trying it a little bit and giving up. You just have to, like for me, I have to focus on one thing. And this is the one thing that I'm focused on right now, make it work.
And that's so true. And really that's like the definition of like being successful is so many people, when they think about doing something like this, they're like, oh, I'm going to give it a try, or I'm going to see if it'll happen, or, oh, I'd love to make some money. But that's just like hopes and wishes. It's not like you're like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm committed to it. I'm going to make it happen no matter what. Mm-hmm. You're going and doing it. And like, that's why you're successful. It's that simple. And I wish more people would understand that. It's just set your goals and go for it no matter what. That's So tell me about your, kind of your experience inside the course. I mean, obviously, you know me for a while, and in fact, I think when we first met at the Clickbank Platinum, was it Platinum or was it Rosa?
No, it was Clickbank Platinum was when we first met up, but I think we met most of it before. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, because we had that conversation by the pool at Clickbank Platinum, and I was asking you like all these questions, and you were, you're just, sharing very freely as you always do. And it intrigued me because I always wanted to do Facebook advertising and do affiliate marketing this way, because I'm doing it in the JV world and in the email list management world as well. So my thing in the course is everybody's very giving, everybody shares, everybody like just freely shares knowledge and experience and helps each other. And I love the long posts. Like some of the members do really long detailed posts with, they're like instruction guides in themselves. So there's so much knowledge and so much sharing and so much support from you specifically. That's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I love that, because I think that so many people have success, but the thing that sets the people of our course and Commission Hero apart from other stuff is like, people will share, they'll say like, hey, I'm successful, here's what I did to be successful. And it's just like, people are open book. Like everyone's like very like open and transparent. And I think that's why we have so many success stories in Commission Hero, honestly.
Yeah.
Everyone gives back. And it's kind of like I think it's a community, honestly. I think people are really, really dialed in and excited for people, and positive, and there's no jerks in there, which is which I make very, very sure there isn't. But that's awesome. So what would you say for someone like that, is thinking about joining Commission Hero, or is like on the fence about it? Because like literally I get thousands of messages, literally thousands of messages from people saying like, oh, I'm thinking about it, or I'm not sure, or like, is this real? Like, what would you say to somebody like that?
It's very real. You're very real. I'm a real person. You're a real person. We're not here like just, playing around. I would say if they're on the fence, then they have to make the decision within themselves. Do they want this as a real business for them to do? Right. But it's a very easy business. You can run it yourself. Like my other business, I have employees, I have overhead, I have all of these things that I need to make sure every month XYZ happens. But this is something that there is an investment, but are you willing to put in the time and the learning and the financial investment too? Because it's not like you're going to make $5,000 and invest $10. No, there's,
I wish, but no.
Yeah. So my thing is, if you're really serious about creating another income stream that is way easier than a lot of things out there that have huge learning curves, then dive in. Give it a real like 3 to 6 months for it to actually work out for you.
I agree. And I love what you said there too, because because you have another business, right? And you have overhead, you have employees, you have just ongoing costs, and it's like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like the potential with what's in Commission Hero, you can make way more, and you can do it yourself. And it's, I mean, how many hours a day are you working on this right now?
I tend to get obsessive, so
Yeah.
so I spend like a little bit more time. But I mean, honestly, like yesterday, I spent all in all 3 hours just setting up ads, like doing the data, just because I really wanted to nail some stuff down and understand things. But probably if you once you have everything set up and replying to comments on the page, right? Because people are always like leaving comments and just making sure like all that's cleaned up. Like 2 hours. You can literally do it in 2 hours and make, like, I can make 10 times more doing this than I can with my business, which is a good business. You know?
Business. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's so cool. I mean, that's why I get so excited about this stuff, because it's like, and it's awesome too, because I'm so happy for you, because we know each other before. We both kind of been in the online space, and you were doing something separate from this, and it's like you were kind of a beginner, but not really, and it's like now you're having success, which is so cool. And it's like, it's just awesome to see that. And the fact that I appreciate you jumping in, obviously, like, obviously supporting me in the course, of course. But now you're getting results from it too. That's even better. Awesome. Well, that's great. So any words of advice, pearls of wisdom for anybody, like just in general, in terms of like, success, mindset, anything that can help them, have success, when they jump into Commission Hero?
I would say don't expect an instant return, especially if you're starting from zero. Like if you're starting without a fan page, if you're starting from the ground up, then you're going to have to give it at least like 3 to 6 months to see something, right? But just keep at it, because honestly, businesses always change. Like even the space that we're in, it is constantly changing every month, right? So just be open to learning. Be open to learning. Like that's the biggest thing. Be open to learning. Like that would be my words of wisdom.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and it's what I tell people every single time they join the course. The first thing you need to do is nothing. You need to go through all the videos. You need to go through everything. You need to understand the whole concept. Like, and literally every single video I've ever done with a successful student, they're like, yeah, I didn't do anything for like a month or so, and then I started to get into it. Like taking the time to go through steps. Like rushing too fast is never a good thing. At the end of the day, like, really when you think about it, a month, 2 months, 3 months, like the whole scheme of things, it's not a long time. And to have the potential that we have with Commission Hero is even insane. So I love that. That's great. Well, hey, I really appreciate you being on today. It's so cool to see your success, not only because I know you inside the course, but outside the course too. So I'm so happy for you. And I know that it's just the beginning for you, because you had your second $1,000 day today. And I know that oh my God, you're going to do some big numbers. We'll have to do like an update or something to see where you are in 30 days.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Thank you, Robbie, for creating this and doing it. And I'm proud of you personally, because I think you're great. And the success that you've earned you deserve it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Awesome. Well, hey guys, so thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you are interested in joining Commission Hero, there'll be a link somewhere on this page. But guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Big thanks, Katarina, for being on here, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Take care. Bye.
All right, guys, we are recording. What's going on? Robbie here once again, and I am super, super excited because we have another success story, another Commission Hero student that is crushing it, like literally crushing it and doing it pretty quickly. And I'm so excited for this one. So we have Josie, who's with me today, and Josie is just making money left and right now.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like literally, it's crazy. And I'm so excited for her. We're going to show her Clickbank account later on. But Josie, thank you so much for doing this interview. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited.
Awesome. So you're having a ton of success. So, and I know that before we did the recording, you mentioned you had a record day yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday I broke my best record. Yeah, so my intention is to break my best records. So yesterday I did that. I had a profit of $3,700. So
oh my God.
And my previous best was $3,000. So
oh my God. So $3,700 in profit.
In profit, yeah.
Oh my God. So that's amazing. In one day, right? One day?
In one day, yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, in the last week, I took Christmas off. during one of our calls last week, you had mentioned about, December being slower and things taking off, right after Christmas. So I took your words of wisdom and I said, okay, well, I'm going to lay low over Christmas and then I'll launch a plan for the Friday.
Yep.
And since then I've made in profit $11,850
since Christmas. Wow. Or since after Christmas.
Since not even a week yet. So after today, it'll be over 15,000 after today. Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. So I got to ask you, like, how does it feel?
It's incredible. I'm very excited, I guess, when I wake up in the morning, and getting things, I got a lot more clarity, understanding of what I'm doing. And, it's just now I'm starting to, wanting it to continue to grow, better my best. And, I'm also talking about trips now and things like that, right? So it's just, and how I could help my kids and all of the reasons behind why I was moving in this direction to begin with, are really starting to come more to, like, as if it's real, it's tangible, it's a possibility for me even more. So it's amazing.
That is amazing. I love it. So give me a little background about yourself. Like, I know you're in Canada, right? And
yes.
So tell me kind of how you got started, how you found Commission Hero, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So I've been in the online world for 8 years, doing several different things.
Yeah.
While also having a corporate career.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I was doing multiple things and getting scattered results, to say the least. And things, I tried my own products. I did a little bit of that, a little bit of success, not much. I did a network marketing for essential oils, a little bit of success, not too much with that. And then I started seeing some potential with affiliate marketing.
Yep.
So, early signs of this, this could be a good business model to follow. And then I made a decision to follow that business model. And then opportunities showed up, such as Commission Hero, around how you could do that successfully with Facebook.
Yeah.
So that was a new world for me, but because I had kind of like narrowed down to say, okay, this will be my focus, which I would say is very critical and essential if you want this business model to work. So then that led me to continue down this path.
Yeah.
And since then, like throughout that transition, I did move away from my corporate career. So this is my income.
Wow.
So I'm no longer in the corporate world.
Yeah.
That transition happened about a year ago. So it's pretty exciting for me. Like I just, it's been a long journey.
Yep.
There's been some ups and downs. Even when I decided that, Facebook, the model, this business model, it's very simple. It's not complex. It does require you though to establish good foundation. So in order for you to be able to get through some of the challenges that present themselves and set yourself up. So and now I'm just so truthfully grateful for you, your group, and the group, and your mentorship, and so on, and how that's really helped me take this to the next level.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm so happy to see your success. I mean, it's so cool that. Now, how long were you working at your corporate job for?
25 years.
25 years. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. And then now you're doing this full time, and I'm assuming you're probably making more now than you did at your corporate job.
Well,
right?
it's I was in mid-level management, so I had a pretty good career, but unsatisfied. And then so when I look at what happened just in the last week, I said, "Oh, look at that! I've made in a day what I used to make in a week.
Wow!
And this week I'm gonna make in a week what I used to make in a month, right?
Wow.
So it's kind of like huge differences for sure.
Yeah.
And my how you have a big goal. My big goal has been for several years now that my yearly income, I make my yearly income in a month. So I think I'm heading there.
I think you are. It sounds like it. I would think so. I think you're getting pretty close there. I mean, that's amazing. And I think, and the other thing I think is super cool is the fact that you're making that amount of money, but similar to what you were doing at your corporate job, but the hours that you're working, I'm assuming, are way less, right?
So yes, there's a bit of that, and there's also a bit more of joy of what I'm doing. I mean, one of my main reasons why as well taking on this direction is to show possibility to my children. specifically my son.
Yep.
So, you know, it's like, cause he's a bit unclear on where his life's taking him and that kind of stuff. So,
Yep.
you know, once he sees me have success in this kind of stuff, he's seen the journey a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, so this will be like that opportunity for him to potentially see this as a way for himself.
Sure.
Which is an amazing lifestyle. There's no doubt.
Oh, absolutely. That's so cool. I love it. Now, what would you say were some like your big, I guess some of your big roadblocks, and then what were some of like your big like aha moments? Like what got you to where you are now, where you're doing, was it almost $11,000 in profit, and then you know, not doing that? Like what was like the big aha moment for you?
Well, one of them was certainly doing that focus and deciding on the business model, like taking that one path and sticking to that. Yep. So I was a bit, you know, had a few things on the go, and that scattered mind gets scattered results. So that certainly had a big impact there. And I think, you know, surrounding myself with people that have traveled through this path, people that are like-minded, that, you know, are there on the same journey to support you, that kind of thing really is helpful.
Sure.
So I think that focus was the number one reason I was able to keep going, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I think for sure. And I like, and I love the fact that you're very, like, you're on every single call, like you're very dedicated. Like you treat it like a business, right? And that makes a huge difference. Like you take it serious, and we take it serious, and you're dialed in. Like that's where you can have that big time success. And that's awesome. So I'm so happy for you. This is so cool.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess what we can do now is, do you mind actually, you know, sharing your screen and showing people what, you know, what kind of numbers you're doing right now?
Sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Is so cool, and I love, you know, once you show you screen here, how it's kind of working out for you. Yeah, look at that. And then actually, let's just go ahead and hit refresh real quick. I want to see, maybe we got a sale here while we were talking.
It's possible.
Oh
yeah, phew. And a few.
Wow, that's great. We've been talking for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes here, and you made like 200. Just 200.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting for sure.
That's so cool. And
I just started this offer, right? So I mean, like this is, like I said, when you were guiding us and saying, you know, January is the time where things, you know, can really escalate. I was really putting a plan in place to be ready for that. So
I love it. I love it. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the trends here, because I know we were talking earlier about this. So I know that on the, you know, the 20th, 21st, 22nd, you were pretty much kind of testing things out, right?
Yeah, so that's the early stages of testing, and I would say that's one of the key essential things that are so important is to invest in data.
I agree.
Which I've done definitely along the way here. You know, I probably could have saved a little bit of money in my testing, but overall, I mean, it was you do need to do that. You do need to invest in data. You need to be able to monitor and measure things, so that's very important too, in order to be able to take, you know, this to bigger numbers.
Yeah, I love it. And then you said, you know what, Christmas is here. I'm gonna just not do anything, which is so cool. I love that. I mean, the fact that you can kind of turn it on, turn it off is really, really cool. I love that. And then on Friday the 27th, you said, all right, let's go.
Let's go.
and you did, and I love that. And it just goes to show that once you know, kind of do that, and a lot of the heavy lifting is in the beginning, right? The testing and the
absolutely,
and finding your winners. And once you do that, like it never ceases to amaze me how fast you can scale up once you get things dialed in, and once you have that foundation. Because like, I mean, to go from, you know, I mean, over $6,000 a day yesterday, you're probably going to beat that today, it looks like, and then heading into the weekend. Oh my God! So that's so cool. I'm so happy for you. This is amazing to see. So, and I know
it is.
We're going to be.
Thank you so much, Robbie. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I know people are going to be fired up when they see those numbers too, because I think it's great. So tell me a little bit about your experience inside Commission Hero. I haven't asked you this yet, and this is going to be obviously your real opinion. So what's your experience so far, and kind of, you know, what are some of the things that you like inside of the course?
I truly love it. I truly love it. Your program stands out for me significantly in many ways. So we talk a bit about the group, the interactions. Your dedication is above and beyond what I've experienced. There's also the structure, the videos, the simplicity of how you get things set up, the importance of how to set things up. So there's a good methodology behind there. Your delivery, on point all the time. You say you're going to do this, you do it. So, I mean, it's, to me, these are things that just make Commission Hero stand out by far.